Hello.
Hello.
And welcome to Candy
is Dandy.
Oh, I like it. I was pretty excited. It took a lot of upper body strength to point to both of you.
I had to remember what the title of the podcast was called real quick.
Candy is murder.
Candy is candy. Am I right, guys? Candy is candy.
Candy is line.
I feel like is such a weak word
So
to have.
candy
Is.
No, you're supposed to say dandy. Oh wait, no, you still get is though. All right. Whatever. We've proven that we can't coordinate.
We need another host.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's going to pronounce the semicolon? This is the Candy is Dandy, the Candy Review podcast. I'm Daniel Zaffron.
Beto Sistos,
Greg Gonzalez.
my favorite.
Yay, it's recorded now.
But you don't know where I'm going to cut that and drop it in after whose name.
There was a bombing in this country today. My favorite.
Candy is my favorite. I realized that in a previous episode, we never explained how we know each other.
All right.
Oh, we know each other?
Well, the record label, they brought a bunch of strapping young men into a room who lived on the verge of diabetes. I knew you, Beto, we kind of knew each other in middle school.
In middle school, we knew of each other.
We knew of each other and in high school. But we didn't really become, what we are now.
I looked at you and all I saw was nerd.
This is a real redemption story for me and him. We didn't really start hanging out till high school.
Late high school.
Yeah, it was late high school.
It was
how late in high
almost
school?
towards graduation.
It was graduation day that we met.
Because we really didn't bond until college.
We hadn't been through enough.
No.
Did you know that you're going to the same college, or you just
we went.
Oh, I followed you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you knew.
This guy I didn't know.
We went to the same middle school, high school, and college. Didn't even know it.
And then the day as we were leaving graduation, we said, "Hey, I think I saw you once." But yeah, then
We had a mutual friend. His name was Richard Guzman.
yeah, Richard and Aaron was sort of a
Aaron,
mutual friend
kind of the
between
glue
both
that
of us.
held us.
But yeah, that's how we know each other.
Did you always live close to each other?
Yeah.
I mean, you always lived in.
In terms of the part of where we're from, the small town inside of the big city that we grew up in, we were pretty close.
Okay.
And you.
Oh my God.
One day I was walking down the street and I just saw this
jive walking guy.
this derelict just throwing up behind a dumpster, and I thought, this is someone I got to get into my life.
I got to make this a business partner of some kind.
And this is a business. We met also in college.
Yeah, we did.
But we met earlier on in college.
I think like my second year, your first year or something like that.
Yeah, because I'm much younger than you.
Same class, right?
Not much younger.
Or program?
No, different programs.
Different
we
program.
were in the same class, individual class, but it was different. We were in different majors, and it was, like the conjunction of the spheres.
Yeah.
And in that one class, like we both needed to take this class, and that's...
I thought that
Wow.
creative writing covered all writing, but it didn't cover screenwriting, so I had to go out and take screenwriting classes, which is where I met this bozo.
Yeah, and you were desperately pitching a script called Bonnie and Clyde Meet the Wolfman, and I was like, this guy, ran out, as I do with everybody in college.
Yeah, I can attest to that.
As I make all dramatic entrances into everybody's life, I chase after them after they leave a building.
It just seems like the right time, right?
They're leaving, the regret is just sinking in, and I realize I can't live with this for the rest of my life, so I chased after you, and I was like, we should be friends.
I can't remember the first time I met Alberto, though.
It must have been through
Daniel.
If you two met without me, that would be very weird.
Yeah, maybe.
Yep.
We did go to the same college,
Yeah,
so maybe.
that's very true.
It's possible.
But I can't remember the first time we were around each other, though, because this guy doesn't invite me to parties that often.
No,
I don't get
he's that
invited
way,
to
isn't
parties.
he?
He is that
Yeah,
way, I got to keep them all separate.
I would invite you if I was going to parties or having parties. The only parties I go to is your birthday party every year. I feel like there was one time maybe that you dropped me off at his house.
Oh, maybe,
And
yeah.
that was like the first time. Like you had heard of each other.
Yeah, probably.
But then it all came together on my wedding day. When
That's
you were,
right.
You were all part of my wedding party.
And then your bachelor? Your bachelor
Your
party?
bachelor party,
bachelor
yeah.
party.
Oh, yeah.
You weren't one of Wayne's people, were you?
I don't know who Wayne is.
Wayne is the guy that you interviewed about Vietnam.
Oh, okay. I know who Wayne is now.
Yeah. So there was a Yoda-like pervert of an old man who sort of brought us all together.
Yeah.
I guess.
Right.
And
Perverts will
God
do that.
bless him. Yeah. Perverts are known for bringing things together that shouldn't necessarily be together, but they're together now. That's how. In case anyone was wondering, that's how we know it. This wasn't the powers that be over at Mid-Roll Entertainment, owned by PepsiCo or whatever.
This was not a late night Craigslist hookup.
No. This was not a Squid Game scenario where we're all kidnapped and taken to an island.
We gotta launch a podcast, or else we're gonna get zapped by. I guess they just get shot. Get zapped by a very human gun. But enough about us. Let's talk about candy.
Can we
Oh,
please?
that's why we're here.
Are you all ready for some? Are
you
you all
ready
ready for
for
this? We've got some candy news for you. We have it. There we go. Bring in the news boy. In here, please.
Oh, I got the news right here. Thank you, intern. Thank you.
I'm so glad we don't pay him. Here's the news.
Okay.
Oh, you were going to ask me what my candy reporter news name is.
Yeah. What's your anchor name as a candy newsman?
Chip chocolate.
Oh, that's good.
That's pretty good.
That's good.
It'll change every week, though.
They keep getting
gets better.
fired.
Yeah.
As I keep coming up with things that are better than chip chocolate, it will change regularly.
Chocolate chip, yeah.
My friends call me Chalk. Yeah, we're all familiar with this, with the Sweets and Snacks Expo in Chicago.
Oh,
Now I am.
I pieced it together word by word as you said it.
Apparently, this is like the big deal of the candy world. Is
Oh, hell
every year
yeah.
they have this Sweets and Snacks Expo in Chicago, in the Windy City.
Nice.
Okay.
Ever heard
they
of that?
call it that, don't they?
Yeah.
I've heard that in a movie once. Why Chicago? Not to be rude to people from
I mean,
Chicago.
have you seen people from Chicago? They're human candy bars. All of those, the Chicago eating those.
They're all
beefs.
gummy.
I think maybe Illinois has a
candy problem.
like a big candy problem.
It makes.
Yeah.
I mean, Lake Michigan. Wait, that's not. Lake Michigan's in Illinois, right?
the Gulf of Mexico.
Whatever lake they have, it's actually they just
Something
swapped
in the
it out
water.
with liquid chocolate. What?
Something in the water.
Yeah, there's something in the water. It's sugar. So for this year's Sweets and Snack Expo in Chicago, the National Confectioners Association, which
It's funny saying that out loud, isn't it?
a union that you best not mess with, especially in Chicago. They'll tie your feet to a big brick of Pez and throw you into Lake Michigan.
And then it'll dissolve and you'll swim away unscathed.
It's just a scheme to get more sugar into their water supply.
The National Confectioners Association flag is so close to the Confederate flag. The flags are really similar, just the colors are different.
You can eat one of them.
And I'm here to prove it.
And that's the game at the end. How much of the Confederate flag can we eat?
Confederate or confection.
Rebel general or character from Candyland? Which one of these burned down the Candy Corn Valley? So the National Confectioners Association has forecast the flavor trends that will be dominating candy in the year 2022.
Oh, wow. So they're
Whoa.
a powerful entity.
Yeah.
They are the Illuminati mixed with the Jedi Council.
And they target kids.
Oh my God.
Oh,
This
you
is
got 'em.
Pizzagate.
Yeah.
They've got 4 things that they say are these are going to be the big things in candy in this year. S'mores, everything.
This year, meaning 2022?
2022.
Okay.
But they also said like and beyond.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh, Buzz Lightyear's also on this council.
I feel like they try to s'mores everything and it doesn't capture the taste of a s'more and everything.
Yeah.
Like there's not a successful rendition of a s'more that isn't a s'more.
Pop-Tart s'mores.
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay.
Have you had the
gooey.
Girl Scout cookie s'mores?
I didn't realize there was one.
They're kind of new, but they do taste like s'mores. I'm not really a big s'more person, to be quite honest.
I like marshmallows by themselves more.
Really? I don't really like marshmallows. That's my least favorite part. I
Whoa.
like just...
What? The graham
they're so
cracker is my
sweet.
least favorite part.
What?
Is that your favorite part?
Well, the chocolate's my favorite part. You don't like graham crackers, the treat created by Quakers or something from 300 years ago, so they wouldn't touch themselves or
A month
something?
ago, I had like a weird hankering for graham crackers, and I bought a big box of graham crackers, and I just sat there like sad boy and just ate a bunch of graham crackers.
What do you mean sad?
Happy sad boy.
They're a surprisingly good snack, but I like if it was just chocolate melted on a graham cracker, like fine, I'll sit around a campfire for that.
But no marshmallow?
No marshmallow? Get it. Yeah, marshmallows,
Even
you're on
properly
notice.
toasted marshmallow.
It doesn't, I don't know.
You've complained that it's too sweet before, which is bizarre.
The
I feel like I'm
marshmallows?
talking to a body snatcher, Daniel. Too sweet for Daniel?
Can we do a vegetable tasting podcast? Our mutual friend who helped bring us together, Aaron, he used to do s'mores, but instead of chocolate, it was a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Ooh.
And that was really good. And I do not need, like, it doesn't even need to be melted. If you
Yeah.
just put a graham cracker on top of a peanut butter cup, I'm in.
good.
I don't
yeah.
even need the graham cracker. Don't even take the wrapper off and I'm fine. So that's one of the things
Okay.
that are coming, which I'm not looking forward to.
Yeah.
The next thing, flavor intensity, meaning like extremely sour, extremely spicy.
Oh.
That's going to
A
be...
spicy trend in candy, I'm not digging it.
No, I don't like
Nah,
that.
I don't like that
I
either.
hate spicy candy, but that's sort of like Latin America. That's like a lot of the stuff is very spicy
Oh,
centered.
they
Yeah.
show up in that truck that's on an ice cream truck, and they open the back of the truck, and you go in and you buy a bunch of candy you don't know is spicy.
and
like
then,
that.
and then the truck driver doesn't let you out, and then you end up in a different part of town. I mean, I like spicy stuff. I think of the three of us, I probably enjoy spicy stuff the most, but I don't like spicy. Pepper in chocolate is terrible.
Yeah.
That doesn't do it. But you like sour things. You
I
don't
love
want something
sour things.
extremely sour
I don't know
things.
extremely sour things, but
It's just a lemon.
It's the hot new thing. They grow on trees. You have to buy the tree though. Yeah. I feel like all of society is like everything has to be more extreme. Like a sour thing is not enough. It now has to like give you. It has to like blow your mouth out, and you can't drink water for like a week. Or else candy doesn't do anything for me anymore.
Yeah, you need like a registered nurse near you when you eat it.
Yeah, a gummy registered nurse.
I feel like that intensity thing is spilling over into other things too, like cocktails. They keep putting jalapenos in cocktails. Yeah. And why? Why are they doing that?
I don't.
What cocktail is it? Is this just guacamole?
I don't know. Just walk into like a Jimmy's or something and it's all jalapeno cocktails.
There's a lot of jalapeno margaritas and it becomes like the dominant taste from like my ears hurt and I'm kind of
gross.
I agree.
And we also all agree s'mores are bad. Good. Okay, so moving on.
I'm not signing off on that.
Yeah.
So the third thing is nostalgia, which is new takes on old classics.
Oh, why not just release old classics?
Because again, like I don't want to eat this candy bar from 1920. I want it to have atomic bombs coming out of it.
I want it to make me horny.
I mean, I don't really know what that. I mean, how are you gonna like reinvent a crunch bar or something? Like extra crunchy. Yeah. It's so great. It's made with styrofoam in it. And then the last thing is just variety of sizes and flavors. So different, like bigger than you want, smaller than you want.
Big enough so you won't buy it. Small enough so you won't buy it.
And that's why the candy industry is gonna go out of business in 2023. So those are the hot new trends.
Okay.
And that's candy news.
Candy news.
See you later. See you later, newsboy.
Goodbye.
He's so cute, isn't he?
Back into your dungeon.
It's too bad there's so many labor laws against us using him.
For a kid covered in monkeypox, he's a pretty cute guy.
And he handles all of our candy too. I just can't say no to him. So, Greg, you chose today's candy. As I don't know if we pointed out, but the way the show will work, each of us chooses a different candy per episode. So this is you, Greg. What candy do you have for us?
This is all
today?
your fault, Greg.
What have you?
Wait till you eat it before you tell me it's my fault.
I looked at it.
Oh, that's good product.
What does that mean?
I'm not picking up. I don't get that. I picked a Look bar.
Ooh.
A very old-timey bar that I had to go all the way to Galco's to get, although you might find it at 99 cents.
Woot woot. Shout out to Galco.
Is it nostalgia?
Oh, damn.
Oh, no, it is. I got it in the nostalgia.
Does this candy bar do the Dougie?
I got it the old nostalgia section. Damn.
It's just like a drawer in the register. But for people who don't know, Galco's is in Los Angeles. It's a candy.
It's more of a soda
It's a
shop.
soda pop.
It's a soda pop shop.
Yeah. But they have like every soda you could imagine, and then they have a whole old candy section as well. It's a great place to go visit.
Very packed today. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah, lots of people there. I waited in a line at Galco's.
It's National Look Bar Day, didn't you know? It's nostalgia.
This was my mom's favorite candy. We used to stop, I think, on the way to Vegas at Barstow. They have like a little fake train that's like a candy store, and they have ice cream, and she'd always get a Look Bar. So I started getting them, and it became my favorite because every time I see it, which is rare, I'm like, oh, and I every time I see it, I get it.
I feel like I see these maybe every once in a while at the 99-cent store because they're like, well, no one bought them at the regular store, and those rats are getting mighty close to them in the back, so let's send them to the 99-cent store.
With the Look Bar I gave you guys, I also gave you little wipes, and because this is a very messy bar.
You keep saying that, but
every time I go, like I'll try to eat it while I'm driving, which is I do everything while I'm driving, and it just like it's on the steering wheel, it's on the door handle, it's on the keys. So I just
it's on the police officer's face who just pulled me over.
It's on the gun I pulled from his holster. So let's talk about a little bit of the history of the Look Bar.
Tell me about this Look Bar, because this seems very, very old.
Yeah.
I'm not very familiar with Look Bars.
I've never had one.
No, I've never had one.
You pick it up and you can already hear Chuck Berry. You can hear Bill Haley in the comments playing.
Yeah, Chuck Berry certainly did do a lot of looking.
All right, take me back.
So tracing the history of the Look Bar lands us to two different companies. We start with the Golden Nuggets Candy Company operating in San Francisco and the Annabelle Candy Company from Hayward, which Daniel might know, but if you can't pick up the Annabelle, then we'll get to it.
The doll from The Conjuring.
The doll from The Conjuring. It is, yeah. She owns a
candy
company.
Teamed up with the Denver Nuggets. Yeah,
she grew up.
Yeah, it says Annabelle's on here. Was the other San Francisco one started by gold miners?
It must be. They must have named everything gold. They had to put gold in everything in a certain era of San Francisco history. Golden Nuggets Candy Company was opened in the early 1920s by Andrew Olson Jr. Olson was born in Denmark in 1895 and came to the U.S. in 1904, and he was joined in the company by his brother James, who was a mechanic at the candy shop.
A mechanic in the candy shop.
Because I guess you had to send them. I don't know.
What?
You have to you had to deliver candy to places, so I imagine you drove a truck to the candies company.
Why isn't he just the driver rather than...
Because he probably had to do both things.
Yeah.
Okay, well...
He's probably a better mechanic than driver.
The candy machines he's looking over.
The Rube Goldberg machine of how they used to make candy. He had to operate that.
I like to think of him as the candy delivery guy, not the mechanic at the candy shop.
You're very kind.
I like to think of everyone agrees I'm very kind.
You hate mechanics, that's all it is. Golden Nuggets made candy bars, packaged fudge, and made its own brand of 4-minute fudge mix, as well as getting patents out on several candy-making machinery and packaging through the 20s and 30s, even doing well during the Depression.
So there was a whole machinery thing you had to maintain.
They needed a mechanic.
So I guess there's more mechanics than just car mechanics, if there's one thing I've learned today.
As one thing I'll forget today, there's more types of mechanics out there. Even doing well during the Great Depression, well enough to not have to eat your own shoe. That's what I looked at the sentence, well enough to not have to eat your own shoe. I'm like, what the hell does that
Greg
mean?
needs a joke mechanic over there.
Well enough to not have to eat your own shoe. There, I got it in.
It's hilarious. The boys did it. Get back in here, newsboy.
Sorry, I was eating my shoe.
Well, you won't have to anymore. Now you can eat these laughs that Greg's providing. My sides hurt from the monkeypox.
The Olsons gained 2 new partners in the business, Reed Robinson and Albert Baker.
Is that part of the Fantastic Four?
Yeah, Reed Robinson he stretches just like the taffy. Yeah. He's mostly nougat, and Albert Baker is a baker, but he's also a mechanic. Robinson was vice president of the National Candy Association, and it was under Robinson's leadership that in the 1950s, the Golden Nuggets Candy Company released 2 new candy bars, a Big Hunk, which I'll give you a slice of.
Oh, yeah, you will.
And its counterpart, the Look Bar.
The counterpart is the Look Bar. So they both came out.
It feels like twins. The same time, and they're very similar to each other. I never knew this because I never had a Big Hunk. I never had a Big Hunk before until I met you two. But the Big Hunk is basically the equivalent with honey. The Look Bar loses the honey but adds dark chocolate as a layer on top.
I mean, just from touching it and from what you've unwrapped from the Big Hunk, it feels like this is going, if you have any cavities, this is going to rip them out.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like more honey added to this is not a good idea.
If you have any loose teeth and you're wondering how to get it out, you can just have a Look Bar and it'll just like...
The tooth fairy will be coming tonight, and not just for our newsboy. He's growing monkey teeth.
They were a success, and because of this, Robinson was featured in the Trade magazine for the candy industry in 1953 and given the Kettle Award as Candy Industry Man of the Year in 1956. I don't know why they just call you the Candy Man.
Yeah.
For a year,
it's called the
Candy
Kettle
Man.
Award?
The Kettle Award.
Kettle corn?
Kettle corn, sweets.
So. It must be like sweets thing.
Yeah, maybe kettles are the preferred vessel
of candy.
In
1953, probably, yeah. But it seems that Look Bars were truly a regional thing sold between California and Texas. And it's mostly remembered by California candy eaters. But in the mid-60s, all the owners of the Golden Nugget Candy Company were hitting their retirement age, and wouldn't you know it, they were ready to retire. They sold the
golden years, as they call them in San Francisco.
They don't want to, but they have to call it that. They sold Golden Nugget to a tobacco company that was looking for an alternative to cigarettes after the 1964 Surgeon General's report on the dangers of smoking, but they ended up doing nothing with it, and then it was sold once again. In 1972, the Golden Nugget Candy Company's profile was sold to the Annabelle Candy Company of Hayward, California, who were famous for their chocolate-covered marshmallow masterpiece, Rocky Road.
I've never had one of those.
I've never had one of them, but I know of them.
This is what you'll see at Galco's.
Galco's and the 99-cent store, both.
After their run at Galco's.
You guys hate old-timey candy.
I don't
yes.
I wouldn't say
unapologetically.
That extends to old people also.
He's burning a history book right now.
Newsboy, fire!
But strangely, he's wrapping himself in the Confederate flag that we're going to eat later. There's one part of history he likes. My thing with old candy is that a lot of it tastes like potatoes. There's like a lot of candy where you think like this is going to be really good, and it's either like marshmallow or like potato starch.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's waxy,
kind of dry.
Yep.
You guys are skateboarded 90s kids.
Yeah.
If it's not a warhead, then I don't care.
You want those extreme flavors, man.
I want something to be really young tasting.
What'll extend my youth? They were also also responsible for buying another candy company, the Cardinet Candy Co., also of San Francisco, who are responsible for it looks like Uno, but it's U-No bar.
I've seen those too. That's another thing.
Another old-timey candy.
Galco and second run 99 cents.
Which is, I never had one before. It's like,
you ate old candy.
Did you see one at Galco's?
I did see one at Galco's, yeah. If you guys are curious, we can go right now.
Let's go. All right, bye.
Bring it on the road.
The Uno bar is like truffles, almonds, and chocolate.
That's what I'm talking about. Doesn't that sound really old tasting? Truffles, almond, and chocolate.
Dude, last week we were talking about
root
Hershey's.
Beer barrels?
I do love root beer. I do love root beer barrels. I just love root beer anywhere I can get it.
The Cardinet Candy Company also owned, by this point, Abba Zaba. So when Annabelle bought Cardinet, they also acquired Abba Zaba, which we talked about in Ally Meekly.
Right. Abba Zaba from Los Angeles.
Right.
Abba Zaba, yabba dabba.
Are you going to start scatting right now?
Did I say something? I blacked out for a second.
Annabelle's catalog of candy is mid-century all-American candy bars you wouldn't find at the impulse buy section. You wouldn't find it there, but you'd find it at a specialty candy store. Like I said, Galco's, Rocket Fizz, or 99-cent store. People tend to the best old-timey candy
specialty store.
They just sell old candy.
Ye Old Candy Shop, aka the 99
You might find shampoo. You might find notebooks. But it really, in its heart, it's an old-timey candy store.
Or at least the candy people don't want.
People online tend to call Look Bar and its siblings and half-siblings retro, like you guys.
Old-timey.
It's
traditional.
I mean, even though when we cover the Snickers, that's like 100-year-old candy bar. Look Bar feels so old, but Snickers feels so young.
What is it about it?
The marketing.
Yeah.
Well, you guys didn't
maybe taste,
ingredients, quality.
You guys didn't see the Look Bar commercial this weekend? The Super Bowl?
They had Bad Bunny advertising Look Bars.
So let's talk about the Look Bar, what it consists of. Look! Exclamation point.
That's an interesting thing. There's not many candy bars that have punctuation in them.
You know,
it's not like
punctual candy bar.
Yeah, it's not like Snickers, period.
I didn't even.
But do you have to say look! Exclamation mark, or is it just?
It's trying to get people to pay attention, so it has to be loud. It's more of a plea.
I never
look.
I never even caught that is such an old timey advertising thing of like, look,
yeah,
get over here, look at this,
extra.
The Nazis are invading Poland. Look, Look Bar. It's a candy bar with chewy, peanut-filled nougat covered with a thin layer of rich, dark chocolate.
So it's just nougat, which I
chocolate.
I famously like. So I probably will like this for everything I'm saying. I just don't like the feel of it. It's so
white Snickers.
That is so white Snickers. Period. It just feels like it's going to be hard to open.
Yeah. It feels like the wrapper stuck.
It's like the orange of candy.
Do you find oranges hard to open?
Yeah, oranges are hard to open.
I use my teeth.
What?
I bite into the skin.
Really?
I just rip it off, dude.
What?
Like a wild dog.
Whenever your scurvy's acting up.
We throw a basket of oranges at Alberto and he just like...
When I go back to my cell with the newsboy, they just pelt me with oranges.
You can peel them? Undeniably, an orange is the hardest fruit to open.
No, watermelon is harder.
Yeah,
watermelon. You need a tool.
Fair.
You need a tool.
Fair.
A pineapple's no fun.
You don't bite into a watermelon? Yeah, okay. Sure. But I'm talking about like
a handheld.
You're not walking around like, want a bite of my pineapple?
That's true.
Maybe we should start doing that. How cool would we look? Well, Big Hunk is made using honey. Like I said before, a Look Bar uses molasses combined with thick, chewy nougat, and that's filled with fresh roasted peanuts.
This is going to be hard to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Guys, yeah.
I think that's why I don't like old candies. There's too much molasses.
Another thing people should know about is we bake pie. We used to bake a lot of pies together. Yeah. Now not so many. But you were never a molasses person.
No, it just doesn't look appetizing. Doesn't taste great.
I agree. Like it's a very earthy, dark flavor. It's very heavy.
What's the point of molasses? I mean, just sugar, water, you're done. Why do you need molasses?
When you need to thicken up your thin stews that you're making during the Depression.
2 questions. Is molasses as slow as they all say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second question. What pies require molasses?
Molasses pie.
Wasn't it pecan?
Pecan pie. Like
right.
any sort of nut-based pie, really, which I guess is just pecan. But there's a few other sort of maybe creamish sort of pies that needed some.
And we made a pineapple one and we added molasses, but I think we were just having fun.
We all know.
Our parents aren't here.
Yeah.
We had the molasses.
That must have been during spring break. Yeah, molasses
Okay.
on your asses.
You know that old phrase, ass, gas, or molasses, no one rides for free. You remember that, right?
Assless, gasless, or molassless.
So let's eat this.
All
What do you
right.
guys think?
All right, let's open this thing
try.
up.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, let's see if it's as hard to open as I imagine. Well, first off, the wrapper looks very old.
Yeah.
It's red, exclamation point,
Already
big old.
sticking to the wrapper.
Yeah. It's falling apart as we open it.
And it also has a lot. Well, I guess it's also in Spanish, but it's just like it feels like there's a.
An international quality too? Is that what you're saying?
This is such an ethnic candy. It has like like the star explosion saying dark chocolate on it. They're trying real hard to get your attention in this marketing. I can't even open it. It's like everywhere.
I went down the spine, just straight down the
smart guy.
spine, and now I'm peeling it like a banana, which I also bite the skin.
Which Daniel's going to find impossible to open.
Okay, I've touched it a little bit, and I kind of like the way it feels on my finger.
You know what this looks like? It looks like a really thin ice cream sandwich.
Oh,
Yeah, it does.
you're right.
Yeah.
Because it's melted so much. It kind of looks like a melted peppermint patty.
I ate it.
I'm going in.
All right, I'm
Ooh,
joining.
it smells really good. The dark chocolate
It
smells
does
great.
actually smell good. I'll give it that.
Oh my god.
It's fighting back.
It's peeling me now.
Okay,
Nougaty?
but not Snickers nougaty.
No, it's very, very, very chewy.
Was nougat originally chewy and not fluffy? Is that our modern perception of nougat?
I mean, Snickers was always kind of fluffy.
Yeah.
Because the other nougat I've had has been not quite this chewy, a little harder. So but I guess because of the molasses in it,
Yeah,
it's
I
sort of
imagine.
crazy.
Yeah, I never thought of this as nougat until I started doing research. I just didn't know what it was.
I mean, I think the chocolate is really good. The nougat is a little lacking, in my opinion.
Or the dark chocolate's the star of it.
Which is why I'm not looking forward to the big hunk, because it takes away the one thing I liked about this. I'm
Kind of grown on me. I didn't like it at first, but
I'm going to now do the candy autopsy
right,
on this
right.
and cut this down the middle and see how it looks. It's kind of satisfying to cut. It's like cutting Play-Doh almost.
He says that about everything he cuts.
I tell it to them. I see the future in this. I don't know if you can see from there. It's a very smooth looking, like with all candy, when you bite into it, it all melts together. But when you cut it, I can see almost a layer of molasses maybe between the chocolate and the nougat, but it just looks like marble. Just like a nice slab of nougat. Let me do a long ways thing.
I took a bite of the Big Hunk, which I've never had before.
Oh, you've never had the Big Hunk?
No, it's a good cousin to the Look Bar, but it's so much harder to chew. So I wonder if they have to break down the Look Bar or if the chocolate has a hand in softening it.
all right, I'm going into the hunk. Oh, it's stuck to my paper towel.
Did you say that there's nuts in
Yeah,
this?
there's a fresh roasted peanuts.
Yeah, I see very small peanuts. I don't know if you can see. There's like very, very small hints of peanut in there.
I can taste them.
I'm going to try another piece of
Oh
this.
my God,
nut.
this hunk.
Yeah, the hunk
It's
is
just
tough.
too much.
The chocolate adds so much to the Look Bar. Nah, I don't like the Big Hunk, although there's more peanuts in it. Probably healthier.
Okay, I'm going to try the Big Hunk now.
Okay.
They taste similar.
Yeah, they're
my
cousins.
God.
They're definitely cousins. Oh my God. Yeah, it's a struggle.
Out my mouth. I'm like drooling. Just try to lubricate my mouth.
Daniel just writhed around in his chair trying to eat a Big Hunk, which is,
Yeah.
yeah, it's tougher.
It like hurts.
Yeah.
Like it hurts my teeth, and it's not even touching those teeth anymore.
And the honey is it's kind of like I don't know how to describe the honey taste.
It's the honey. That's what's doing it. It kind of, oh my God. It hurts.
Finish it.
Swallow that Big Hunk.
Yeah.
It's almost like a baklava sort of taste with the
okay.
honey, which
Yeah.
I'm not that into, but it's so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard.
This Big Hunk is hard.
I think that's why they made it a little thinner on the Look Bar.
Yeah, the Big Hunk, I don't know if it just like wasn't held in by the chocolate and it was just sort of like an amorphous sort of flubber inside of the wrapper, and then when you picked it up, it froze. But yeah, this was a thick hunk of, they should call them thick hunks.
They should
is what
call it thick
I
hunk.
guess I get the name now. It's a big hunk of bad candy. But the Look Bar like contains it, and there's a clear winner between these two.
Oh, yeah. I keep going back to the Look.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out if I like it or not.
Just from watching cartoons, because in a lot of cartoons, when a kid eats like a bunch of candy, it looks really chewy, and they're like, just to exaggerate, because it would look weird watching a cartoon if you just bit something and then you just see a cartoon character chewing. So on cartoons, it tends to like stretch out and look really messy.
Right.
And that makes me, ooh, that candy looks good. That's how a Look Bar kind of in real life is. Like I feel like I'm like Tommy Pickles eating candy when I'm eating a Look Bar. And that's what I like about it. Flavor wise, I still don't know.
Yeah, I know. That's why I keep biting into this thing.
I'm going to need another one.
What if we dip this in wet cement? How would that taste?
The chewiness is nice.
It is. The chewiness is the greatest appeal, I think, to... You're a taffy guy, Greg.
I am a taffy guy.
So that might be what's drawn you.
Probably.
And also, you bite into it and we have the Ratatouille moment where it takes you back to your mom. You and your mom in Barstow.
On a fake train.
So how much were these candy bars?
They were, I think they were like $1.30, I want to say.
That's modern candy price.
Yeah.
Like I would think that a specialty bar like this might cost a little bit more.
I don't know.
Is that what we're calling it? A specialty bar?
I would say this is... specialty to me feels more like a fetish where it's like I want a scorpion in my jelly.
Yeah.
But this is it's almost like a historic, it's like a diehard obsessive candy.
Yeah.
How would you describe it? Like what's the word I'm looking
Like a
for?
cult
It's a
candy?
cult candy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm all about cult hits, movies, bands, candy across the board.
Organizations, religious institutions.
Ways of thinking, yeah.
And we're going to take the weekly Dianetics test after this. Do you have anything else to say about Look bars?
It's 180 calories. Where do you guys land on it?
Okay, let's go to the candy, the cavity ratings. Out of five, of course, more cavities the better. Who wants to go first? Because I do not know yet.
I think I started as a 1, but now I'm a 3.
Whoa.
I kind of like it. There's something about it that I can't put my finger on that I like.
That's what I like about it is that it's like you watch a movie and you don't know, it's like an open ending and you're like, I got to talk about it for like a year with a bunch of my friends. And then you end up like loving it.
There's something here. It's kind of gross, but I like it.
Gross how?
It's so messy and chewy and it's not a very refined candy bar.
No.
I would not take this candy to the opera. That I reserve for $100,000. But
you know what I feel about this? This is like a proto Snickers.
Oh.
This has elements of Snickers. It's just not there yet.
Yeah. Speaking, we were talking about pod people before. Like this is the pod person version of a Snickers. It's like I recognize you, but there's something missing. Like it even has a lot of. It's very bumpy on the bottom. We're not getting back into
say it proudly, Daniel.
We're not getting into what these look like, but it almost looks like Death Valley from above.
I couldn't pull any of the natural form out of it. It looks like just like topography.
Every Look bar has a perfect rendition of the Mona Lisa on it, but by the time you get it out of the wrapper, it just looks like this.
Earthquake photos.
What would you give a Big Hunk?
Oh man, 0. I don't want it in my life. Don't want it in my mouth.
If I see it, I'll get mad. Don't look. They should have called it that.
More like Big Stunk, right? I'm going to, for a Look bar, God, you go, Greg. I still need to decide on this.
I love Look bars. I wouldn't eat like 5 in a row. They're not a good summer candy. Like they're really melty and kind of gross.
A winter treat.
It's a winter treat. I'd give it 5 cavities.
Whoa!
I love Look bars. This is my favorite. We're talking favorite candy.
Amazing.
Let's make fun of him.
Big Hunk, I'm with you though. Maybe like a 1 for effort, just for existing, but I don't want to revisit the Big Hunk.
I don't know what order this is being released, but that might be the first 5 of a candy so far. Okay, Big Hunk, obviously. I'm giving it a 0.4 cavity.
Ooh, okay.
Just because it exists. I ate it, so I got to give it something. It gave me sustenance.
Like the taste isn't bad.
I don't like the taste.
Getting
of
to
it.
the point where you could taste it was the hard part.
I think the taste was bad. I think the texture was almost, there should be like a warning on it. Like it should not be consumed by anybody under the age of like 14 or over the age of like 40. But a Look bar, I'll give it a 2.5.
Whoa, okay.
The chewiness is fun and the chocolate's pretty good, but I don't know. It's just not my thing. As I shove another piece in my mouth.
As you finish the bar.
As I lick the wrapper. So 2.5, 3, 5. Wow.
5. Love it.
It grew on me. It did.
So that's like a 3.5 overall.
I was ready to give it like an average like cavity rating.
I almost flew back in my chair when you
dropped
said
that 5 bomb. Yeah.
But as I ate it, oh man, the taste and the chewiness, and then you said taffy, and I started thinking about taffy.
But you also have a nostalgic sort of emotional attachment, as you do with most inanimate objects. You have
that microwave from that TV show I grew up watching. I gotta have it.
That show, My Strange Addiction or My Strange Attraction, is just episodes of Greg over and over. Like maybe if I was on those road trips with you and your mom, I would give it a 3 or a 4. But
you're invited. You're invited every year.
Here's the follow-up question. Would you be excited to get this on Halloween?
I'll go first. Hunk, hell no.
I would throw it back at them.
Yeah, how dare you poisoning us.
Are you mad at me?
I'm not even wasting a rotten egg on you.
Look bar, I say, I don't know if excited is the right word.
Surprised?
Surprised.
You may exclaim, oh, look. I know what you mean. Like, it would be shocking to see a Look bar in your candy, which would, for the novelty of the same, because I don't think they're making fun sizes of Look bars. They could barely sell the full sizes. But the surprise and sort of novelty of like, like, you don't see that every day.
Yeah, oh yeah. I feel like there'll be a lot of younger people who are very confused as what they just received.
They'll have to write a letter to their grandparents to ask them what this is. You would be, I think we're on the same page, like kind of not necessarily excited, but intrigued.
Interested. I'd be intrigued and I'd get a little kick out of it, but not excited.
And then throw it away.
And then give it to my grandma.
I haven't tasted one of these. It's the gold rush.
I use the Look bar to hold down all the other candies from swaying away in the wind.
It's what you use like as a ruler to divvy them all out. So would you be excited?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Obviously, Mr. 5.
Yeah, Mr. 5. I would absolutely like to see it in my pillowcase. I feel like it complements other candies. There's always that weird Halloween candy that like, put it on the side because it like the taste doesn't mesh well, and you're like, all right, that's a November pile right there. But I'd get super excited.
You know what? I mean, if it weren't for the messiness of this, I almost feel like it would be a good movie snack because it kind of lasts.
Yeah.
Like it tastes, like most times in a movie, like I'll be done with my candy before the actual movie starts. But this, I feel like before the inciting incident, I think I'll still be chewing on this. I went to, as we had discussed, me and Greg took a screenwriting class.
You measure
15 years ago. Yeah, I measure everything in inciting incident.
Well, this has to be Act 2 because I'm already on my popcorn.
I'm already eating my Big Hunk. This must be the hero's darkest hour. So now we're done eating candy, right? Who wants to play a game?
I do.
Yeah. This is a new game for you of the 2 we've played. So I'm going to give you the name of the candy in another country, and you tell me what this candy is called in the United States of America. Or as Beto says, the Confederate States of America. Okay, do you want me to give it to you? Because I tested it out on some people, and they were like, I have no idea. You need to give kind of a clue. Do you want it without the clue first? And then
let's go with
there's no shame in saying I need the clue.
We'll flex our big brains and then when we fail, give us the clue.
And then when they are exposed to be glamour muscles. Okay, so again, I'm going to give you the name of the candy in another country. You tell me what it is in the best country. Okay. So these...
Si, senor.
They're called chicles. So without the clue, these candies are called rockets in Canada.
Kit Kat bar. 4 little rockets.
Too good. That's a good.
That's a good.
As I say in Canada, that's a good.
I'm going to say Red Hots.
Red Hots.
Oh, that's better.
These are good. Do you want the answer or do you now want it?
So we both got it wrong. Is what you're saying. All right, give us the clue.
These intelligent candies are called rockets in Canada.
Smarties?
Yeah.
That clue was too good.
It was too good of a clue. It's one or the other. I either just tell you the name of the candy or I give you an undecipherable answer.
First of all, nothing about them looks like a rocket. Maybe when they're packaged up, kinda.
Yeah, when they're all together. I mean, I'd shoot that at a Martian.
I'd shoot that at the moon.
Do they not sell in Canada either?
Oh, how dare you. I don't know where all this Smartie hate is coming from.
Maybe they shoot at the Smarties.
The Canadian government has orders to fire rockets at all Smarties. Okay, so next question. Without the clue.
Yes.
This candy is called Galaxy in the United Kingdom.
Milky Way.
You're still eating the Big Hunk?
It's sweet.
Do you have teeth?
On this side I do.
You're like Jaws from James Bond, or Jaws from the movie.
He wants to give the Big Hunk a 5 now.
Yeah. Can we go back a couple games? Yeah.
Galaxy in the UK.
Oh, you know what? They like soccer.
Oh.
Galaxy's a soccer team. Make the
It's
connection, Greg.
Galaxy's a soccer team in Los Angeles that no one in the United Kingdom has heard of.
Make that connection, Greg.
Make it, Greg.
Gosh, darn it. Galaxy. I'm going to have to go with Milky Way as well.
Okay. Do you want the clue? Because you are both wrong.
Yeah.
This flighty candy is called Galaxy in the UK.
Flighty candy.
Flighty candy.
Can we get a good clue like last time?
This intelligent candy.
Flighty candy. What flies? Birds?
What flies? Birds do fly.
Superheroes.
Flighty candy named after a bird.
Twitter.
Twitter's official candy.
Twitter. Twix?
Twixter?
Butterfingers slipping out of your hand.
Oh.
That's a great interpretation.
Thank you. Is it black crows?
What are those awful things?
Yeah, awful like black licorice chewies.
I can't wait to do that episode. No, it's Dove. Dove chocolate.
I don't think
you were
I've ever...
so close.
Yeah.
You were so close with what flies, birds. Let's name pelicans.
Well, I don't think of Dove as candy. It's shampoo.
Oh, you're right.
It's soap.
You don't taste a little?
Chocolate soap?
Yeah, you just try. It's white chocolate. Sometimes it's Irish Spring chocolate. Okay, so next one. This candy, without the clue, is called Mars Bar in the UK.
Oh, we know this one.
Yeah.
Because we are pros.
We are, aren't we?
We are. Yeah.
For 2 episodes.
So at the same time, Greg, on the count 3, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Snickers.
No.
What?
Dummies. Big. You're so close. Okay, I gotta
Milky
give
Way.
You got it.
Woo! I just went to
Milky
space.
Way. Okay, so next one. This candy is called Milky Way outside the United States. Snickers. Milky Way. Say it with me.
Snickers. Mars bar. Oh, wait. That's the real question?
That's the real question.
Say
This
it again?
candy is called Milky Way outside the United States.
Oh, that's wild.
So it's not called a Milky Way in the States, but outside it's referred to as a Milky Way, this candy?
Right.
So we have a Milky Way
We have
that
a Milky
isn't
Way
a Milky Way.
that isn't a Milky Way. Or they have a Milky Way that isn't, depending on how.
Yeah.
That's the body snatcher.
Oh, candy with caramel. Rolos.
Oh.
Interesting.
Wrong. Wrongos.
I should really not respond after you give an answer. Unless it's the right answer, I am not going to respond anymore. My face is too expressive. The big puppy dog eyes I'm giving you.
It's not Three Musketeers.
You got it.
Yeah.
Three Musketeers are known as Milky Way outside the United States.
It's all nougat.
Tell them.
Yeah.
They're clearly the wrong ones, right? Where they're living the life.
I don't know. Three Musketeers are from France. Okay, so next one. This candy is known as opal fruits in the United Kingdom.
Opal fruits. So it's probably shiny.
Yeah. Fruity.
Oh, Skittles.
Oh.
Oh,
You know
that
I'm
was
not
so
react-
good.
you know I'm not reacting.
I know. That's how I know it's wrong. Because your eyes tell, Daniel.
That's
they
true.
tell the story.
I guess I shouldn't.
Just
I'm not
close your eyes and
right
turn
or
around.
wrong. Okay, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna.
Yeah, there you go.
Right or wrong, I will not respond.
When he's done meditating, we'll try to answer. Wait, say the title again?
opal fruits.
Opal Fruits. Jeez Louise. Is it Jeez Louise?
So kind of multicolored. Maybe it's something.
Is it like Juji fruit?
Oh, runts.
Okay, you both had your guesses. You're all wrong.
Oh,
Do you want the clue now?
Yeah.
This celestial candy.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
What's
known
with
as
space?
opal
And
fruits.
candy.
Meteor bars.
Is it Milky Way?
No, it's not. Not everything is the Milky Way. That
What
I'm
other
gonna-
space stuff is there?
Think about it.
All right.
Think about it.
Hit me with it one more time. Say it again.
This celestial candy is known as opal fruits in the United Kingdom. I will not respond right or wrong.
What was the name of the dog they sent into space?
Clifford.
The big space dog.
Big space dog.
Clifford,
Is it-
the big red dot on Jupiter.
This is hard. Oh, Mike and Ike.
I'm not responding either way.
It's wrong. It's fruity though. You said fruit.
Opal fruits.
Opal fruits. So it's got to be.
But I
fruity.
mean, Milky Way doesn't taste like whey. I guess it kind of
but
does.
there's milkiness.
That's true. Mars doesn't taste like Mars. I wouldn't know.
Okay, I'm thinking.
I want to hear those
You gotta think of a-
rusty gears grinding.
A fruity multi-piece candy.
Starburst.
Oh, that's great.
You got it.
Pretty smart guy.
You've gotten 2 so far. You had 2, you had 1.
Hey, I coached him through that.
Okay, this is the last one.
Okay.
For a while, this candy was known as Raider in Europe.
BTK. His name is Dennis Rader. Okay. Wait, what country?
Europe.
Oh, okay.
That's a great country.
Okay. And what continent? What continent is Europe on?
I think it's East America. Old America.
Old America.
The continent of Old America. The land of look bars.
Okay, so New York is New York. Is that reference to Yorkshire?
It's a reference to York.
Okay. Of Old York.
You want me to tell you what New Jersey is a reference to also?
Yeah, Jersey Devil. Old Jersey Devil.
It's the New Jersey Devil. And the New Jersey Devil. I just get so excited when you get a right answer. I think you're tied. You both got 1-1. I don't have a tiebreaker, so you're just
on a team.
Yeah.
4 out of 4 or 5 out of 5 or whatever it was.
How many did you get right?
Yeah.
I got all of them right. I don't know how. I knew the answers to all of these as if they were right in front of me. So that's another episode of Candy is Dandy.
Candy is
Yay! Good job, team.
We applaud ourselves for as far as we know, nobody else does. So just to remind you all, if you want to email us candy suggestions, comments, listener questions, game ideas, you can do that at candyisdandypodcast@gmail.com. So also, please subscribe. Greg's about to do something that's going to make me giggle. That's Greg snorting cocaine.
That's me blowing it back out.
Every subscriber, he'll do a line.
Off of a look bar. It just gets stuck to it. So please subscribe to the show. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts. And also anywhere you can leave us a review, do that as well. It helps us a lot in these early days of the show. Gets the word out. Follow us on social media. We're on Instagram and Twitter, Candy is Dandy Pod. Follow us on TikTok as well, Candy is Dandy Pod. We're going to be putting video of the autopsy/vivisections on there. And also on our,
good one.
Oh, that was pretty good. Also on our YouTube channel, I'll be putting the videos there and the episodes will be there. Greg's very anti-Google. You can also support us on Patreon if you'd like at patreon.com/candyisdandy. Right now it's just financial support to keep those these specialty luxury candies like Big Hunk and all of these. Greg buys a new slide whistle every episode.
That got him going.
That's when he does heroin. It helps keep the show afloat financially. And if we get enough of you, we'll start offering Patreon-only bonus episodes where we'll be doing the same thing we do here, but with cookies.
We'll also send you our candy that we don't finish.
Yeah. Just give us your address and all of these crumbs. You'll just the mail might think it's anthrax, but we'll write on the envelope, this is not anthrax.
Yeah, no anthrax.
So legally they can't look into it. So thanks for listening to all of us again. I hope you enjoyed this candy. Some of us did. Some of us were pleasantly surprised by it. So we'll see you in a couple of weeks for another episode of Candy is Dandy.
Candy's Dandy.
Candy is.
All right. Let's put some production value into this. Another episode of
Candy
is
Dandy.
We're ready for the circus.